We've launched a couple of towers and we're gonna launch more. A recent launch was last week. Whoever is in the market have heard about the iconic mural which was launched on the tip of the island. And congratulations to all of you. It's almost sold out. There's a couple of 3-4 units pending over there. You can check with my sales team to try to understand. You can visit us with your clients and grab this gift before it's too late. Every time we are launching, we are only 7 or 8 units on the floor. We don't own supply units. Because I mean, we don't put the towers back next to each other. We put the towers
اهو شغال ببانل ماتيريال بس.
تثبتش عليهم بقى، ما تثبتش عليهم تمام. اي حد يقف قدام الفرع الثاني ثبت معاه. انت عزيز الشرقاوي
يا ابني بس كده
roken.
private place.
المعرض كله.
And now my life is a consultant. I have some great companies that I deal with, Dubai Holdings, Nakil previously, now Dubai Holdings and Nakil, Shobha Development, and a lot of other companies that are doing some great work here. So what I'm going to talk about today is about leadership. And I'm going to ask you, why is good leadership important? Now I know that you guys can't speak back, but there's too much noise here, so I'm going to continue. Vision and direction. If you want to be a good leader, you need to have good vision and direction. Every leader needs to have that. You need to have good leadership for employee motivation. If you don't have a good leader, it's very difficult to motivate your employees. I'm sure all of you agree, right? You don't want to have a leader with a boring guy. If you have a boring guy, I don't think anyone's going to follow. I don't know if you guys have been in Dubai for a long time. Have you been here for a long time? 2.5 years for a baby. What about you guys? 1.5. They're all kids. Everybody's a kid here. But as I told you, I've lived in Dubai for 26 years, and we have a great leader, it's Spanish Mom. When you have a great leader with a great vision, you can accomplish a lot. And that's what we have seen in this land. Okay? A good leader is important because he can make some effective decisions. And of course, with good leadership, you get the results that we want. And that's why leadership is so important in today's. It's a big deal. I don't know if anybody remembers this guy. Have you seen this guy before? Maybe you guys are too young. You won't remember him. He used to be very famous. His name was Jack Welch. He was the top CEO in the world at one time, and he used to run a company called General Electric, GE, one of the top companies in the world. He was legendary. Under his leadership, GE's market value soared from 14 billion US dollars to 400 billion dollars. So you can imagine, if you have a great leader, you can really achieve great results. There's no doubt about that. Okay? And he came up with a book in 2005, a book that I really loved, called The 4 E's of Leadership. The 4 E's of Leadership. And he was teaching this to people, that if you want to be a great leader, you need to have this 4 E's. Now this is regardless if you're in real estate, if you're in education, or wherever you are. So here are the 4 ones. Energy. You need to have energy. You need to energize. You need to have an edge. And you need to execute. Good execution is very important. He talked about the 4 E's. And we're going to talk a little bit about what these 4 E's are. The first E is energy, the fuel of leadership. I can tell you something, and I've said that before. If you have a leader who has no energy, you're not going to go anywhere. You need to have a person who's filled with energy. Yes, absolutely. Get the job done. I hope I'm communicating with passion and enthusiasm, right? Because if you don't communicate with enthusiasm and passion, you're not going to get anywhere. That's the reality. And I'm not a sales guy. I'm not a sales guy. But I can assure you that if you want to sell something, you need to communicate with enthusiasm and passion. And then you need to create an energizing environment. If you're working in a company where people are boring, and your boss is boring, and your colleagues is boring, I can see you yawning, you're already falling asleep, right? The minute I'm saying boring, you feel very sleepy and tired. So if you want to be a great leader, you need to have energy. Personal energy, communicate with energy and passion, create an energizing work environment. So that's the first E, energy. Now the second E is energize. So you need to have personal energy, but you also need to energize. Some of the top CEOs in the world, they are able to inspire others. Have you heard of Steve Jobs? Steve Jobs? He was able to inspire people, right? Everybody listened to him. People really like this guy because he could inspire others. Anybody else you can think of? Elon Musk. Elon Musk, he inspires others. I don't know now if he inspires others too much, because he inspires people to even hate him. But it's okay, but he inspires people. He is the richest man in the world, love him or hate him. But you can't become the richest man in the world if you don't have energy, and you can't inspire, okay? Providing clear directions. It's very important for a good leader to provide clear directions. We are happy to have our CEO of Innovation Institute, Mr. Mohammed. Please stand up. A round of applause to him. He runs the best real estate institute here in Dubai, and I'm very proud to be part of his institute training all the time. He's the CEO, and he provides us clear direction. He tells us what has to be done, when it has to be done, what type of training courses, and those clear directions are very, very important. And then, of course, celebrating success. If someone does well, please celebrate them. Tell other people about how good they are or how good a job they have done. That's very, very important. And then you need to have the edge. Edge is very important. A competitive mindset. You can't just say, okay, go out and bring some business in. And do that. I don't know, sales guys, if your boss tells you, if you want, you can bring some business. If you don't, it's okay. Do they tell you that? Yes? They tell you that, you should leave your job. There are also other jobs. No. They need 100% business, right? They need to promote a results-oriented mindset. My old friends are here, welcome. And they need to create healthy competition between people. We are very happy to have also Heba, please stand up. One of our greatest trainers, you must give her a round of applause. A great leader with passion and commitment. There you are. And my friend Salva as well, give her a round of applause. See, we've got some great people here today. And I thought the place was empty. And we must embrace innovation. Of course, innovation is very important if you want to do something. So edge is very important. And the last E from what he taught us, the last E is execute. Now we can say all the good things in the world, but if you don't execute, you're not going to get anywhere. You need to get the job done. So this is very important. Plan and organize very, very well, very effectively. I used to always tell my staff, as I told you, I used to work for MR Properties for many, many years, 15 years, and I had a lot of staff, and I used to always tell them, please, if you do not organize yourself, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Guys, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So you have to plan yourself, you have to organize yourself very, very effectively. You need to build a high-performance team, right? Our CEO Mohammed knows he's got a high-performance team of people who get the job done. And if you don't have this high-performance team, you're not going to get anywhere because execution is key with everything that you have. And finally, you need to measure and you need to monitor. If you don't measure, if you don't monitor what's happening, it's not going to work. And there's a book which says, measure what you treasure. Measure what you treasure. You have to monitor yourself, right? I mean, one of the things I monitor myself is I've been trying to lose weight for a long time, right? And the only way I can make sure I'm losing weight I met my friend this morning who's into golf. Your sons are into golf. I'm sure you manage their scores, right? Every time. Because if you don't measure them, if you don't monitor them, they're not going to reach where you want them to reach, right? So he knows he's a sportsman. I had the pleasure of meeting him just this morning, and he's running an amazing sports environment. His two sons are great golfers, so excellent. Now, these are the 4 E's I talked about: energy, energize, edge, and execution. This is what Jack Welch taught us. But times have changed. This was a long time ago. This was 2005. Right? We are now in 2025. Things have changed. There was a lot of criticism about this guy. He did very, very well, but there was a lot of criticism. They said he was too toxic. He made people work to the bone. He celebrated their success, but he didn't care about them. He didn't educate them. He didn't give a reason to live. He was only talking about make money, make profits. That's it. I don't care. You don't make profits, you're out. That's the way he treated his staff. In those days, it was okay. Today, life has changed. Do you agree? He completely agrees. I think you're a millennium or a Gen Z, Alpha, millennial. Okay, so young people don't agree with this at all. My kids, they are of a different generation. When I tell them do this, they say, no dad, we'll do it at our time. Right? When I tell my daughter, stop watching TV, do this, dad, I have to take care of my mental health. My mental well-being is more important. Life has changed. I'm sure you all agree. It wasn't like this. When I was growing up, if I told my mom, I need mental help, my mom would give me one slap on my face. And she said, just go and study. Right? That's the way we grew up as young people. But now, today's young generation is different. And therefore, we need new E's. We can't use the same 4 E's anymore. We need a new way of thinking and a new way of doing it. And therefore, I have developed these new 4 E's. Okay? So these are my new 4 E's, and I've been talking about these 4 E's all around the world. Right? I spoke about in Alicante, Spain. When I was there last, I spoke about it in Milan, Italy. I spoke about it in Hyderabad, in India. And this in October, I'm going to be in Peru with him. And we're going to be talking about in Peru and then in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and also in Puerto Rico. Okay? So the 4 new E's, the first one is example. The second one is empathy. Have you heard of empathy? Second, because he said he empathized, right? Empathy. The third is education, and the fourth is empowerment. So these are the 4 new E's. If you want to succeed in life today, you can't just think of the old 4 E's. You've got to think of the 4 new E's as well, because the times have changed. Younger people are looking for these 4 new E's. And what are these things? Let's go and look at it. First one is example, the power of example. If you want to start to be something like this, you've got to be that yourself. You can't tell people work hard and then you go home and sleep in the afternoon. You have to be the right example. You need to encourage self-development. Let them learn more, understand more. I mean, today, people have advantage of the situation. When we were young,
يلا نبغى
يلا.
في عندك تفاعل؟ السلام عليكم.